things, if you're going through any type of obstacle and you're not happy because you're going through that obstacle, you're only making that obstacle worse.
Online and I ran into somebody.
Who was that?
Sadhguru.
You met Sadhguru in person?
Yeah, he blessed me.
Who is Sadhguru?
And you understand, my mom was like, yo, you're in a cult. I was like, I don't know what you're doing. You're happy all the time. What is spirituality?
So Unaddressed God, how did you get started, man? Because I've seen a lot of amazing work from you all over social media, and you've been doing a lot of different things with BBC and all these different people. Like, how did you get started?
I got started when I was 7 years old.
Wow.
I got started at 7 years old, as any young man does when there's a father around, older male figure. I was trying to impress my father. He was just an amazing artist and never applied it. He was a family man. So I just started from there, and I kept showing him stuff and he kept encouraging. And then I never thought I could be an artist. I came from a suburban, upper middle class to, let's say, rich neighborhood. Yeah. So it was very different how they viewed entertainment. Like if my boy said one time, hey, I'm gonna do some guitar work, and we just laughed at him. So it was different, but my whole spiritual journey happened, and I was like 28, when everything, my whole religion, everything fell apart. I finally said, I don't know. I was crying. I was like, I had money. I had a 6-figure real estate company I was dealing with, and then I said, I don't know. I started searching for something. And I didn't want to tell nobody because I was embarrassed.
So you made money and you felt like you were still empty.
Yeah. So my family and we made money up until 2008.
Yeah.
So I thought I was set. I had my cars, I had my houses, everything. Yeah. And we lost everything.
Why'd you lose everything?
Countrywide home loans. All the big banks that collapsed. Yeah. We had so much money invested in them, millions and millions and millions of stocks. We lost 5 homes. We went back down to 0. I started working. I started actually building a life back. And then I built a life back. I had cars, I had everything. And then I wasn't happy. I said, something's missing. Yeah. Some tragedy happened in my life, like any other people have their tragedy. Yeah. And it either was like death or elevate. And I started looking online. I started smoking every day. I was like, oh, it's a medication. Let me medicate myself. That didn't work. And I looked online and I ran into somebody.
Who was that?
Sadhguru.
Who is Sadhguru?
Sadhguru is a mystic. He is a guru. He is somebody, I come from an Italian Ecuadorian family, so real manly. We really don't believe godly men like that, you know. I came from a Catholic background. Yeah. So I was like, never really, you know, but one day I saw something on YouTube. You believe that knowledge has gone through to YouTube? Yes. That someone is able to look. This is why you're so successful. People go online and they're quiet about searching for something. Yeah. And mentorship. This is why you're so successful in your mentorship endeavors. So the same thing. So I found Sadhguru. He said something about weed. And
What did he say about weed?
At that point, I knew something was wrong. I knew like everyday smoking, weekend drinking. I knew it was just something. I just didn't feel right. Yeah. And he talked about weed, and he talked about how I was addicted, basically. And I cried my eyes out that night. And I was like, wow, I'm addicted. What am I doing in my life? I want to do something.
So you used to be like an everyday
smoker, successful smoker, successful smoker. And I was just like, I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm angry still. You know, it revolves around stuff. And I was like, you know what? I started searching online. I ran a Sadhguru. Little by little, I started implementing stuff.
So how did you let go your addiction with weed?
there was no other route. It was either stick to that life, because there's nothing wrong. If you want to smoke weed all day and be in a car, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's completely fine. It's not a moral issue for me. But if you were trying to be my dentist, if you're trying to elevate past a human experience, past what we've been having for 300 years.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like, I'll tell you this little story. You know a full-fledged ant. You've seen an ant move and do everything 100%, right? You've seen a dog be a dog 100% of the time.
Yes.
When's the last time you saw a full-fledged human being? Full-fledged, as in like, we're using everything. We're like a human being completely. Yeah. The only thing we've heard are stories from the past. Jesus, Buddha, even certain mystics from Nigeria, even Africa.
Yeah.
You know, Moses, people like this. That's all we've, in present day time, we haven't evolved to a point where we don't need drugs for everything. We don't need a drink all the time. So I was so curious, and I said, you know what? I'm 30, I'm 20, I'm gonna be in my 30s. I need to be able to at least try.
Yeah.
I said to myself,
how
if
to
I
let go of those.
Yeah, if I die being 80 years old and not striving to be the best human being, not what the culture does.
Yeah.
Because I come from a culture in Jersey where we took steroids. You look good on the outside. You know what I mean? You sleep with girls. It's cool. It's like you go out, money, this and that. Like you use people. Like it's a status thing. You're rich. You're better.
Yeah.
I was in that world. I grew up. My godfather was a bishop in the Catholic Church. So like I was born October 13th.
Yeah.
So the spirituality was always in me, and they always put stuff from the like Knights Templars in my head. Like I don't know if you know the date, October 13th, but that's when they assassinated all the Knights Templars.
Wow.
So I was built with all this spirituality around me. And I just want the viewers, everyone to understand, okay, what is spirituality?
What is spirituality to you?
Spirituality in dead base is surpassing an experience that you have not met. As in, let's say, you don't do your bed every day.
Yeah.
Just by doing your bed, you become spiritual. You're doing something that you've never done before.
Having a routine.
Going past your limit. No, going past your limitations. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you said, oh, you know, I'm fine with closing 5 deals today. And you know what? No, you know what? There's 4 other people. I got prospects. I can turn them right now.
Yeah.
Screw it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
You were just spiritual. You did something that was past your limitation, going past your limitation.
So going past your limitations is what makes you a spiritual person?
Yes.
So what do you think about natural law? Because a lot of people believe in like nature and all of these different things. What do you think about that?
Well, a word that you said, okay? Because I have to, for you to understand me, I have to break down the definitions that everyone has dogmented around, okay?
Yeah.
When they see your spirituality, they don't even know what to think anymore. I don't even know what people think.
Yeah.
But belief, okay? When I say I believe something, that means you're putting a belief, you're putting a conclusion on something you don't know.
Wow.
So, okay, that's what belief really is, okay? Yeah. With we're America. We have cultured so many sayings and so many things into the American culture. Like, we're all screwed up. Mm-hmm. Like, all of us, even me, I'm programmed, and I'm sometimes like, oh man, I gotta catch myself.
Yeah. What does belief mean to you?
So belief means a conclusion on something you don't know. So what Sadhguru has said, and it take a long time for me to take this in, because everything I talk about on this podcast, I don't want anybody to believe me or disbelieve me.
Yeah.
Either you enjoy the story I tell or you don't.
Yeah.
It's not in your experience what has happened to me.
Yeah.
And what my energy, and I've given my life, my body, everything. Me as a man culturally, you know, you gotta be big, you gotta look a certain way. When I grew my hair out, my boys back were like, my model friends were like, yo, what are you doing, bro? Your beard, dog, you okay?
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I'm experiencing something I can't explain to you, bro. I have to go this path. I have to see what it feels like to just
become more.
Become that legend that you hear.
Yeah.
I was thirsty for that. I said, I never want to go back to being depressed and, you know, having someone control my emotions.
Yeah.
So that's where the first thing I said, you know what? Weed has taken so much of my life. I said, I want to be able to push my own button. Sadhguru talked about pushing your own button.
Yeah.
And I've been around sober people, they get high. You walked in that party when I met you with a certain high. You were high, bro, off your own.
Yeah.
You push your own drunk button.
Yeah.
And I've experienced it doing certain technologies. I didn't thought it was possible. That's when my experience started getting crazy.
What type of technology have you used?
The real yoga. I can't explain this, the real yoga.
What's the real yoga?
The real yoga is classical hatha yoga. Okay, you can't change something. Listen, if you were an enlightened being a million years ago, and you made a certain technology, this is the way your body puts together. If you do this, your life will just blossom, okay? All right? And someone comes along 500 years later, 1,000 years, and goes, no, you know what? I'm gonna do my own thing.
Yeah.
You know, just to get the popularity of it.
Yeah.
So some people have invented things, like through the Association of Isha Foundation, okay? Sadhguru has affected 3 billion people.
Wow.
He feeds 7,000 people a day at both institutions. Free. All you gotta do is be there. They don't ask who you are, you come and you eat. 2 meals a day. And in the weekends, 25,000 people he feeds.
Wow.
14 million volunteers. This is what I couldn't understand, because I was like, I don't understand. It's gotta be a fake God, man. It's gotta be like some of the past people who've done, you know, you find them with rape charges or like innocent, you know?
Yeah.
And this was before Tom Brady. This is before Tony Robbins used to back him up when he was little.
Yeah.
Sadhguru had like something to do with him being Tony Robbins. So I started, this is before all that happened.
Wow.
So I was with it, and I started going to classes of his yoga, seeing if it worked.
Yeah.
Through experience, I'm like, yo, let me just see.
What are some things that work for you from Sadhguru?
Is the difference, there's different things. For like kids, they do something called Opa Yoga.
How does that work?
That is something you do in the morning. It's like 10 minutes, and you do it every day. And it's pre-yoga.
So what type of exercise do you do in that yoga?
So it's yoga is not exercise. It's not, I do yoga for you guys. So when you guys have something happening, I'm so in tune with myself, I'm able to give you that love.
Yeah.
Okay? If a tragedy happened on you or something, I'm able to just completely open myself up.
Yeah.
So what happened is like slowly during certain yogas, I learned 4 different type of yogas. And the last one I learned, COVID had just that day, it was like, all right, we're shut down. And we had just finished. I was the last person of the class to do those classes.
Yeah.
So before COVID happened, I completely started working on me so much. And people, if you ask me before, how do I heal people? I don't heal people. I give them the support.
Yeah.
A guru is somebody, a guru, okay? To explain what a guru or yogi is, a guru is somebody has climbed a mountain, okay?
Yeah.
And he's reached the top of this mountain. You want to go to this mountain, this particular mountain. There's thousands of mountains. You want to go to this mountain. What do you do if you want to climb Mount Everest? You either do it yourself. It might take years of planning of where to trek, where do you go? The people might take 2 years of preparing, right?
That's true.
Or you can hire a guide. And that's how they do it.
Yeah.
They go, the guy says, you step here, and you do that.
Yeah.
It's a guide, he's getting you to the top. So all I'm doing for people is showing them how I got to my mountaintop. They don't have to do it my way. Everyone's different. But my presence, and this took me 5 years to understand, my presence is the answer, is that. Just like Art says, his presence, Artlana says his presence is when he splatters the paint.
Yeah.
So I stopped smoking. I did a 20-day challenge. I told everyone, you're addicted. And everybody went against me, had 50 cents people, Lloyd Banks, like good stuff, you don't smoke, so he's like, you know.
So Lloyd Banks and 50 Cent, Lloyd Banks and them, they joined the 21-day challenge.
Yeah, they commented on it, and
how did Lloyd Banks, like, how did he, after the 5-day challenge, like,
Lloyd Banks
like
had
the 20-day challenge, like, how did he last?
Yeah, you know what? People don't last. They do the 20-day challenge, they do it, and then 10 days later, they go back to their life. Because they want to see something fast.
Wow,
Like,
so what do you think holds them back from not lasting?
They're comfortable. They've never experienced it, so they don't know what it feels like to be sober and a different high.
Yeah.
Remember when you were a little man?
Yeah.
And you were just like excited. You were like on your own high. You didn't care if you ate. You were just wanting to have fun.
Yeah.
You would think at 8 years old, you were so happy. You would think that it would be a progression of happiness.
Yeah.
When you looked up to your uncles and your father, or whoever other figures, and you're like, yo, he's an adult, she's an adult, wow.
Yeah.
Look at them. Wow, look how they smell. Man, this is a man. Wow, and you look, wow, what an adult. And now that we're adults, we're like, dude, this brother was just trying to make it this day. He just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you asked me, how did I start my journey? I started my journey by finally saying, I don't know.
Wow, so you became teachable.
Yeah, I left all the things that I've been taught, I left it all. And I finally went to why do I take steroids? Why do I try to be this big thing? Why do I try to fit in society?
Yeah.
Why do I do this? And then through that journey, my friends started seeing it. And everywhere I went, they acknowledged it. And then I started talking to them. I'm not a counselor.
Yeah.
Yogis and gurus, they're not counselors.
Yeah.
They're just a light. They're just a torch.
Yeah.
They live their life a certain way. You know, Atlanta, 2 days ago, I did something called Inside Art. And he gave me my flowers. He was basically saying, like, you're the reason why I became more Atlanta. You always been you. You never switched up. You bring the same energy.
Yeah.
And you're always talking about your message, which is the same message Sadhguru has, which is you could pick your happiness. You can wake up. People can pick their happiness. And life doesn't have to be a dreading thing.
Yeah.
People dread it. People they wake up, bro, and they don't even smile. Everyone's alive. They like healthy. Their eyesight is you know.
Happy people achieve way more than people who are not.
Yeah.
You know, like happiness is something that will allow you to achieve more. A lot of people out there, what holds them back is that they let everyday life affect their emotion. And it affects their how they go out there in the world. They feel like, oh, if things are wrong, if things are not going right for them, they feel as if like they can't be happy.
Yeah.
And that's not how life is. You are happy throughout anything in life. Once you react to a situation, and if you're going through any type of obstacle, and you're not happy because you're going through that obstacle, you're only making that obstacle worse. If you're going through any type of obstacle, you have to be happy in the present moment. Because by being happy, it will allow you to clarify the future. Because your attitude reflects your reflection to life. If my attitude is right, the facts don't count.
Of course.
If my attitude is right, the facts don't count. If I know that I'm happy, if I know that I'm achieving everything in my life and I'm progressing, anything else doesn't matter because I know that my future is better than today. So I think what holds 90% of people back is that when their attitude is bad, they feel like, if their attitude is bad, they feel like, oh my goodness, they start reacting to the facts that their attitude is presenting.
Correct. And this is why you have been successful, because you understand. You understand. When you walked in that day, it didn't matter what you do. I already knew who you were as a person. Your energy, I already knew. Yeah. That you were successful on your best way. Even if you had a lawnmower company.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You were successful in your own way. You controlled your energies. You walked in there with a smile. Yeah. Looking for energy. So when I say pick joy, is one of my messages, you really have to wake up and you have to say, I'm going to be happy today. Yeah. I'm not gonna let any obstacles hold me in that place. Yeah. Because if not, You know, they keep saying, you know, weed is a medicine. Yeah, it's a medicine, but you have to let it go.
Yeah.
So that was one thing I did.
How do you pick up joy in your worst moment?
You know what? The thing is, it says people haven't hit rock bottom and understand what death is. Like, we're all gonna pass away. We have such a short, brief life. It really scared me to hell to know that one day it can happen and I'm in this ridiculous mess.
Yeah.
I was like, that's like one thing I know. When you have anxiety, you know how it is. You get a little bit, then you start getting a little scared, then you get stressed, and then you start getting the jitteries, and then you start maybe scratching that part of yourself that always like itches or like something. And then you're like there, you have anxiety, you have stress, and you don't know what to do. So when I tell people they have stress or anxiety, it's just you not being able to control your emotions, your body, your mind.
Yeah.
So you have to implement a certain technology. Everybody has their own yoga, their own thing. You have your own type of thing that you do that gets you aligned to be in a meditative state.
Yeah, that's true. So what I noticed is that a lot of people, because I go to Africa a lot, right? And I hang around people, like I stayed in the village for about a month. And I hang around people who they don't have a lot, but they're very happy. I think happiness starts, people's reaction to happiness starts after they achieve something. When an individual achieves some type of level of success, and then they face a little roadblock, their happiness goes away. The people who have never experienced that level of success, they're always happy. So what advice would you give a person who is achieving success, but they're encountering roadblocks that's affecting their happiness?
This is one big thing I tell all my clients. One big thing. I never, ever give advice. I either tell you what needs to be done, is not an option. I tell them, this is how it's gonna go.
Yeah.
You either do this or this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Or I tell them my experience, what I experienced.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll shed some light for them finding themselves, because the only person who will give you advice is yourself.
Yep. You
only know your own demons. You are the only person who knows you completely in and out, all the lies, all the deep lies we tell each other, ourselves. They're so deep. We only let them out of the closet for a little bit, and then we tuck them away, and we're like, thank God nobody knows.
Yeah.
So what does undressed God try to do? I don't want people to feel how I felt. I said, if I'm gonna have kids, because I have a lot of kids.
Yeah.
A lot of kids. I'm a mother, I'm a father. That's how I feel towards everybody.
Yeah.
If I really have a kid, or the next kids, I don't want them going through the same thing I did, the American culture. I was born in Ecuador.
What is the American culture?
Listen, when I was born in Ecuador and my parents said, we're going to America, I felt an immigrant. I was like, I knew about racism. I was like, yo, I'm not Italian. I'm not like American. Like, I'm gonna have to really try to be, you know? So thank God I grew up with a great, like teaching ability to teach myself. But I want some people to know, like, things happen to certain people in certain ways.
Yeah.
Okay? I didn't learn to read until 6th grade, 5th grade, because my parents were such in a successful mode leaving Ecuador, okay?
Yeah.
That transitioning, I grew up in the school system and I didn't understand why we had to learn. I just didn't understand. I would sit there and just
Why didn't your school system teach you guys how to learn?
No, it did, but I had a different mentality growing up. So I basically, through the whole moving process of going from Ecuador here, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and then moving back, and then moving back, I looked at teachers. I would remember, I would look at ketchup bottles, be H-E-I-N, like 8 years old. My mom's like, good job. Yeah, we got this teacher, but they didn't have the money. They were so invested on doing everything else. And my godfather was a bishop. Yeah. Very controversial bishop. Had dealings with Gaddafi and a lot of stories of Knights Templars, a lot of things. I'm not gonna say a certain L word, but certain things. Yeah. So I grew up in that mindset of my godfather telling me these things.
So your godfather was one of your first mentors?
Not even mentors, but I saw religion in certain ways that people didn't see because he was a bishop. I saw the people, when people would come to his church, the donations, he would give his nephews the donations.
Wow.
And he would tell me, you were born October 13th. That was the Knights Templars. You're connected. You're a spiritual person. You're going to grow up to do this. And I had this in my head. And I thought it was just fake, until finally hit the worst. Sadhguru pulled me up. I said, I don't know. Let me try his stuff. It's been working. I left milk. I became vegan because I was like, nothing else is working. Let me try this. Let me just try it. So I started doing the yoga classes. And something happened. I had experiences I don't yet talk about. But I had experiences. I felt like a baby being born after being initiated into his group.
Wow.
It was things that I called my mom crying. I was like, Mom, I just had a crazy. She's like, Mijito, ¿qué pasó? What happened? Like, are you okay? I'm like, Mom, I don't know what experienced. I couldn't move.
Yeah.
I was like 12 hours sitting. My hips broke. I've never experienced something. I was like, I had an experience, so I kept going. It was all I wanted to do was this yoga.
Wow.
Hatha yoga, and I kept going. And people would say, if you see pictures of me, I had a huge beard like this, and shut the world out. And this was before COVID happened. And I just kept going. I just, every day, like 3 hours a day of my yoga, breaking my hips, crying. By some reason, I just knew something was gonna happen. Yeah. So I did all that, and I had my first experience. I'm gonna tell. Should I tell it?
Tell us. What should I say?
So I was doing a certain yoga, and it wasn't yoga. It's initiation. Yeah. It's called Shambhuvi. It's basically initiates you into Sadhguru's energy.
Yeah.
So it takes 21 minutes, and you stop exactly 21 minutes if you do it perfectly.
Yeah.
Okay. Not counting is just the way it's set up.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did it. It's been over 5 years now. It was my second year doing it.
Yeah.
And I started to have a feeling here. Oh my God, I've never told this story. So this is the podcast is for, right?
Yeah.
I started having a feeling here. And I was so meditative. I was coming into a state of, I don't know, bliss.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but I started feeling energy here and started feeling something happening down here, my kundalini here. Yeah. And it kept rising, and I was so into something. By the time I knew what happened, without even being, my God, how do I say this? Without even being hard, without even being aroused, I'd had an orgasm. Wow. And I had just been sitting there. And it was very weird to me because I stood up and I was like dumbfounded. I was like, I wasn't thinking about sex. I was just there sitting. And I started crying that night. My girl left me because I wasn't a Christian no more and a lot of other stuff. And, I got skinny because I was $180, like steroid out, human growth replacement dude.
Wow.
Because that's what I had to do, right? To fit in society, right?
Yeah.
That's what they expected of me. So I had these experiences. And I started being like, and then I would keep meditating me, and then just things happen around me. People just gravitate towards me.
Yeah.
And when I went to Miami, when COVID started, that's when it started going crazy. People started DMing me. They were stuck in their house. They didn't know what to do, and they saw me having the blast time of my life. Yeah. So those are little things that started happening. Yeah. And I didn't understand, at all, so I dove deeper. And I was like, I'm gonna learn another practice. I don't care. And then by the time I knew it, people were saying, meet him. Joe, you gotta meet Andreas. Yeah. You have to, please tell him. And they would tell me about how they trying to stop, or like gangsters would be DMing me and be like, how do I stop weed without my friends being, feeling like I'm a bitch. Yeah. Stop smoking because I don't smoke now. And I don't want to do the lifestyle no more. Like, things like that. Yeah. Then Shaq started reaching out to me, being a part of his...
What did Shaq say when he reached out to you?
He wanted me to be a part of his festival that we setting up. It was after Super Bowl weekend, and he wanted to throw like a carnival festival. So I came to that. 3 years later, still doing it with him.
Wow.
Then
so
I started.
What is the carnival special that you and Shaq them have together?
Basically, bringing an energy of organization, and that's when my organization still started coming in, helping them set the energy for that place. And I can't talk too much about it, but setting the energy up. There's certain things you do to spaces. There's certain things that you do. These are things that I dove so deep in, like in my room, like a hermit, just watching, going, met Sadhguru. He blessed me.
Yeah.
He blessed me. He signed my book, signed his book.
So have you met Sadhguru in person?
Yeah. And he blessed me. He gave me one of these. That from a person like him, and you understand, my mom was like, yo, you're in a cult. I was like, I don't know what you're doing. You're happy all the time. What kind of drugs are you taking? Because I was just happy all the time. People try to get at me.
Yeah.
Like, no, this is playing. No, this is bullshit. You can't be happy 24/7. The fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you can. You reach a certain place. So I came to Miami when COVID happened, and Salvatore Dali estate basically reached out and started working with them, because Salvatore Dali is a huge artist. He's like Picasso.
Yeah.
And his number one saying was, I don't do drugs, I am drugs. Yeah. And at that point, I was being a drug.
Yeah.
I was just completely falling in love with everything around me, bro. Everything, how you feel about a woman, I was falling in love with everything, people, rocks, trees. My mom, I visited her, I stayed with her for a while when COVID was happening. I was so intense in my stuff, and I wasn't smoking, it was nothing. I fell in love with this tree. Wow. It's so weird to say, right? I just love this tree. She cut the branches off the tree. I'm like, no, don't cut it. The shade's perfect, please don't. And I was crying, bro. I don't understand what was happening to me.
Yeah.
I came to Miami, and it was COVID, and I made such a huge impact, bro. Such a huge impact that people just couldn't help but understand me when they met me.
Yeah.
They understand I was just genuine all the time, giving that energy, just like a little boy, just like.
Yeah.
So I didn't learn, so I basically, tell you how I know certain things, it's a muscle.
Yeah.
I started exercising it really little because of survival. So I just told you guys before that I didn't learn to read till 6th grade, 5th grade, okay? Yeah. Because I didn't learn how to read, I would go in class, okay, and stare at the teacher, and she'd be talking. After a while, the words wouldn't be words. Because I didn't have to know nothing. I just had to be present.
Yeah.
So I would just stare at her and be on mumble, and I would see her body language, and I started seeing certain kind of, I can't say energy. I don't see colors. It's a certain thing. It's not a feeling. It's just a certain something. I started seeing how they move, and I could tell somebody's type.
Wow.
And I could tell, and I'm so gullible. All I want to be is a part, like anybody else. We want to be part of stuff. I wanted to be part of stuff, so I give everyone benefit of doubt.
Yeah.
You know, and I know they're a shark, but I'm there.
Yeah.
That's why some of my strongest relationships, people try to shark me, and I'm there. I'm like, bro, it's me, you know?
Yeah.
And then they break away, and they're like, oh my God. They're like, fuck.
Yeah.
So that gave me that skill of, dude, to like 12 years old, bro. Like, as soon as I walked in a room, I knew who I was comfortable with. I would look around the room.
Yeah.
And I had to hide that I couldn't read, or like, you know, with the cool kids and stuff like that. So that was the hugest thing that made my muscles a certain way, that just I'm sensitive to things. I'm so sensitive, bro. That's why when he walked in the room, and I want to say this again, when he walked in the room, I didn't take your IG down, nothing. I just saw you did a podcast. I'm like, okay, it's another podcast guy. Yeah. But when you walked in that room, I said, this guy, I can't wait. I can't wait to see what, you know?
Yeah.
Because we're going to be 80 one day.
Yeah.
And all these things are going to flash by us.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to be so blissed out. That bliss thing rolls into a ball, and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I start laughing through death, and I start smiling, and I just go, you know what, wherever it takes me, go. But this is where I want people to get scared. I want people to get a little scared.
Yeah.
And all your stuff that you tell yourself, because of this, because of that, because I got raped, because of this, because I don't have legs, you know, like whoever has their excuse.
Yeah.
Okay? Is that how you want to go? Do you really want to take your chance? I'll be there for you whatever way you want. But you really want to take that chance of dying and going through your problems at the same time?
No.
You know, like thinking like, oh man, I should have just told her I loved her one more time. Why did I do, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to bring as Undressed God, is Sadhguru woke me up to something, and I'm so blessed to be able to actually
What are 5 lessons that you learned from Sadhguru?
One of the 5 lessons I learned is that the biggest thing and why my name's Undressed God.
How'd you get the name?
Andreas, for people to know, is my name, okay?
Yeah, Andreas.
Andreas. And one day I was a super, super elevated energy, and I said, what am I gonna give the world? Do I wanna just make cool paintings? I was like, no, there's enough cool stuff. There's enough cool stuff. No, yeah, I'm not gonna do icons. I wanna search through something. I wanna give the people something.
Yeah.
I want them to like die with something. I wanted to give them something else. So I said, Undressed God, you know what? I'm just gonna be the experience and show people my life through my experience of what I went through, and just tell my story. And if it resonates with them, that's fine. But I found my peace. I'm successful. Yeah. I'm like, for me, I'm in heaven.
Yeah.
So what I want people to get is that Undressed God.
Yeah.
The word belief again, okay? The problem with the world is that people think it's about good versus evil, okay? We're winning. Good is winning, guys.
Yeah, good
is winning. I don't know who thinks that the world is gonna be bad, and no, the good is winning. Yeah. But the problem is between your belief and mine. At the end of the day, we're gonna fight each other. So Undressed God is here to sit people down and have everyone go on a table that's the same, and to remind people. Because we all say we're not racist, we're not this, but we all have something programmed in us. And that's undeniable, the programming that we've been done.
Yeah.
So Undressed God here is to break through that and just shed a little awareness. Just a little awareness. Guys, we're gonna be 80 one day. Is this how you wanna live your life? That's fine if it is, but like, be aware.
Yeah. So the first one was belief from Sadhguru.
Yes, don't believe anything. If you have a problem, either say I know or don't know. Yeah. And that saying I don't know is gonna make you search for it.
Yep. I always tell people I have 5 principles that I go by when it comes to creating success in your life. Mm-hmm. And the first one is who you listen to. Like, you always have to listen to somebody who have what you want and has been where you are. Mm-hmm. Because if you listen to somebody who have what you want and has been where you are, they can show you the process they went through to get to exactly where they're at. And then the second principle that I always go by is called your teachability index, which is your willingness to learn times your willingness to accept change. See, a lot of people are willing to learn, but they're not willing to change. They're not willing to stop believing what they've been believing and believing in something else. Then the third principle that I go by is called the training balance skill. So in life, a lot of people who are unsuccessful or want to acquire any type of information, they think it's about taking action instead of thinking. Everything in life, Napoleon Hill wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich.
Yes, I know that book.
And he said in that book is think and grow rich, not work hard and grow rich. So it's 90% of your thinking and 10% of your action. Successful people don't work hard.
No.
They're always focused on their thinking, and their thinking allows them to process it through their action. And then the fourth principle that I go by is the way you process new information. So there's a lot of people out there who are starting out in life, and they think like when they don't know something, they feel like they can't achieve it. Mm-hmm. But there's a learning phase to learning anything new.
Of course.
The first phase is called unconscious incompetent. Unconscious incompetent means that you don't know what information out there exists, which is fine because we all been there. Before we all went and got mentorship and coaching and guidance for anyone,
of course,
there was information out there that existed that we didn't know about. Then there's a second phase, what's called conscious incompetent, which means now you know the information exists, but you just don't know how to do it. Then there's a third phase, which is called conscious competent. Conscious competent means that you know it exists and you're applying it. And then the fourth phase is on autopilot, which is unconscious competent, which means you can do it so well that you don't have to think about it. So in life, those principles is what allow people to achieve success. And a lot of people don't realize that once you master just those four, and the fifth one is master those four. Because once you master just those four, you will always be successful. Because if you don't know anything in the first world, who you listen to? It's all about who you're listening to. It starts from there, right? Because once you understand that if you find someone who has the same belief and went on the same path as you want to get on, those people can give you shortcuts. They can give you that GPS.
Exactly. Without Sadhguru, I still was born with something. Like you were born with this great energy of doing this, because it's great. It's the best podcast I've been on.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the best. Like made me feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm able to speak with all my love. I just want to let people know, people that are in front of me, that's who I'm in love with.
Yeah.
So I fall in love with everything around me. This is the thing, okay? Love for me is a quality.
Yeah.
It's not an act, okay? A lot of things I say, you don't get it. It takes a while. That's why I got to keep saying the same, let's say 5 things like you mentioned.
Yeah.
I made love a quality in me, not an act. I say that again. I made love a quality inside of me.
Wow.
A quality. What is a quality? It's something that comes with you where you go.
Yeah.
What quality does he have, guys? Intense, high energy, wherever he goes, okay?
Yeah.
It's a quality. He goes, okay? My quality is love. I have meditated this quality in me, that wherever I go, I'm loving. Yeah. I will give someone who tried to stab me a try every second. It's a new person for me.
Yeah.
And that's very hard to do. I've given people so many tries.
You have became, and I'm similar to you too. You have became in this life where you look at life much bigger than you.
Much bigger. There's things that are happening so much bigger than us that we think we're so big.
Yeah, it's much bigger than you. And that's a great quality to always have. Mm-hmm. Because when you can start to love others, even if they do you wrong, that's what a leader is.
Yes, I understand where they're coming from. I understand their actions. I understand they're stuck in the ways that they're thinking. It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
It's not their fault.
Programming.
You know, when a girl cheats on me, I never say they cheated me. I tell people because that's what they know, but no one has ever cheated me.
Yeah.
Even when they have cheated me.
Yeah.
Because that was an opportunity to be spiritual and break your limitations.
Wow.
So I take all the things that happen bad to me and I go, this is an opportunity. This is such a big opportunity now. How can I elevate my spirituality through this horrible endeavor?
Yeah.
Because I want to feel all of life's colors, the ugly ones, the dull colors. I want to taste everything. Yeah. I want to experience this life as much as possible. Yeah. So I made love a quality in me, not an act. And that's the biggest thing that people do, is that they will be your friend for this act. It's a business transaction. I'll be friends with you only if you do this podcast with me. Oh, you're not going to do none? You're not? No, then no. This is what help has become. Wow. You want to help me? Cool. A month later, bro, I need you to do this for me now because I helped you. That's not help. That is business transaction. Help means giving something to somebody and not wanting anything in return. It's help. Yeah. Being a volunteer. When's the last time my friend was a volunteer and was like, bro, I'm going to come help you? Yeah. This is why I have such strong relationships, because I've been there. Like a parent, like I understand where you're coming from, bro. It's okay. I understand that you want to do that and try to F me over. It's okay, bro. Like I understand. I'm here for you now. This is how it goes. You have to teach, a biggest thing in Miami, okay? And this is for everybody. The biggest thing in Miami is people get reputations, okay?
Yeah.
Bad, good, okay?
Yeah.
If I say I'm a good guy,
Yeah.
then you are good, are bad. And that's it. It's a fixed game. That's it. They're bad, I'm good. That's it. I'm a big
Yeah.
They're bad. That's ridiculous. Okay? I think it's ridiculous to be big. You know, it's a fixed game then.
Yeah.
So when people say, nah, don't, this is big. This is about to be big. I hope no one hates me for this. But when someone says, I'm working with this. No, bro. Boniface, no, bro. What are you saying, bro? He's this. He's robber. He's killed someone. He's done this. He beats people, bro. What? No, bro. No, don't get involved with that group because then you're going to be associated with that group. And now, nah, bro.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh, shit. Yeah. You know how big... And I only put my ego up in things that I know and things that I've experienced.
Yeah.
Just like if you're a podcast expert, a brand expert from doing webinars, correct?
Yeah.
So you're not going to be talking like, the webinars are pretty good. A lot of people sign in.
Yeah.
And I'm happy. No, you put your ego up. And you talk because you know that you've spent these 10 years with doing this. Yeah. So my ego goes up when I talk about this.
100%.
Okay?
We should.
And this is what the thing is. So this problem of good guy, bad guy, that's it. It's fixed. That's it. Even if the person doesn't want to change. Okay? I understand where you come from. I understand he didn't know better. They didn't know better. You don't argue with a fool.
Yeah.
But I've built myself in such a way where my quality is love. Where, put me in a room full of hell.
Yeah.
Put me in a room. I want everybody to know I'm in that room with all these people. I want everybody to know I'm in the room with the murderers, with everybody.
Yeah.
I'm with the rapists, everybody. I'm in the room. And my reputation is going to be, it doesn't matter where Andreas goes. Andreas is Andreas God.
Yeah.
He's never going to be influenced or just because I'm with these people means that I can't deal with them and that's that. Yeah. No, I am going to be something different.
Yeah.
Yes, there's times that forgiveness means that you have to give such a big distance and just let that person do that.
Yeah.
You know, there's different levels of forgiveness.
Yeah.
But for me, I feel like we all deserve couple chances. We're all just kids running around. Like I said, we all thought we were adults looking out for our grandparents, our uncles. They were just doing the best they can.
That's true.
So if you're doing the best you can out there, pat yourself on the back. If you think you do better, do it better. If you just want to, it doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle you want, man. It doesn't matter if you want to be a family man. It doesn't matter if you want to go live in a cave.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's not like you're going to go live in a cave and be enlightened. I grew my hair out, right? Because I was told it's a support. It's connected to your nervous system. And it's a support. Yeah. It's like a TV antennas. And you move them right, you might get a signal that you just never had before.
Yeah.
Okay? So I grew up my hair for 7 years and I was testing it. I was like, let me see if it's a support system.
Yeah.
And with other teachers that were even above me, and I was like, yeah, I grew my hair and da-da-da. And he's like, bro, just because you grew your hair doesn't mean you're gonna get enlightened or anything. And I never would say, if someone can't have their legs down like this and sit and not be for 30 minutes, an hour, you might, if someone's calling themselves a yogi, you might want to just run.
Yeah.
Okay? No one should be saying they're enlightened. It's everybody else's thing to say you're enlightened.
Yeah.
And what is enlightenment? I need people to understand these words, okay? Yeah. Enlightenment, for just a short story, for people to understand, and when life gives you hell, okay? When my car breaks down, oh my God, I shouldn't even say that, poor car. If anything bad happens and you're hitting that note and you're like, la la, you get that text that friend passed away, that you were just talking to her this week and you didn't schedule something with her because you were just so busy.
Yeah.
And you are still joyful when the worst happens to you, okay? Because I've made it to a point where I hope I don't bring this to fruition, but when someone dies, I've made it to like a point, I've never said this, only a few people, that I have to grieve.
Yeah.
I understand life and death. I don't have to grieve and spend 3 months grieving.
Yeah.
I understand my parents, everybody.
Yeah.
I had a brother of mine, pass. I had so many people pass because of the pandemic of the heroin in Jersey.
Yeah.
So when you made it to these places, you don't talk about it. You just do and show people and be you. So just be you. We're all capable of tuning into this. I just use yoga, the real yoga, hatha yoga, and certain meditations to get there. Other people, like Atlanta, he's my brother, okay? Yeah. We have the same father, it's the universe.
Yeah.
Okay? Him just stopping weed was his yoga.
Yeah.
And he does yoga every day by not doing it. And that's why you'll never see a joint in his hand ever again.
Yeah.
So I understand when people do all these things. I understand to a point where I don't interfere in their life unless they give me that. Yeah. So how do I heal people? I don't heal people. I am a torch, okay?
Yeah.
I'm amping up your energy so the bulb is bigger and you're able to see that, oh shit, this mic's not black. It's a little gray.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to do. Every chance I get to do this, I try to remind everybody, it's a short life. Why are you getting upset with your loved ones? Yeah. Even me, why are we getting mad? Why are we poisoning ourselves, being mad and expecting you to change? Let's say we do this interview, let's get real, right?
Yeah.
You don't like it. You say, yo, he's a fake God, man, bro. He's just dog, he's gonna use me, right? And you don't post it, right?
Yeah.
What, I'm not gonna be your friend? Is that the friendship? Is that the relationship that I'm trying to build? You know what I'm saying?
No.
So I'm saying that the reaction that you talked about.
Yeah.
I'm saying when things aren't going your way, can you be joyful? 100%. And if you're joyful in those moments, if you can catch life just in those moments, you don't have to be mad. You might have a moment of enlightenment.
That's true.
And what I'm trying to do with people is for them to have more moments. You've had moments of joy. He's had moments of joy. He's had moments of joy. I'm trying to bring those moments a little bit more up. So October 25th, 26th, I have my art gallery pop up, okay?
Yeah.
The point of everything I do with art, the point of everything is just a medium that I use to say the same message, to remind people, like, we're all gonna die alone. Enjoy this little life we have. When you hear someone pass away, it's so mundane. You're like, oh yeah, the homie passed.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a heart attack. Yeah, okay, and you just move on. Like, it doesn't hit people. Like, we're gonna go. Like, we're gonna go. How are you living your life? You don't have to be running around. I see people try to catch up to people and try to do this with money and cars and like go to the club and try to get the bottle and just like, and then at 45, 50, they sit down with their daughter and they're like, what the hell? Like they wake up, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to just show
live a life of purpose.
Yeah, and purpose, okay, perfect. You are a perfect host. You're an amazing podcast interviewer.
Yeah.
Purpose, okay? People want a God-given purpose. We all want to be so special, okay? We're human beings, it's something embedded of us. We want not only one purpose, we want a God-given, we want God himself, the universe to say, this is your purpose, okay? The problem with this is that once you reach your purpose and you're done, usually 99% of the time, people move on to another project. Yeah. And they go, this is my purpose.
How do you find your purpose?
Thank you so much. It's so easy. This is what I want people to find out. What I do is so easy. What I do, I just focus like a dog knows when it's gonna rain. Like, you focus at the moment. It's like I'll tell you, the secret of life is right in front of you. It's right in front of this mic. And it's your breath.
Wow.
The purpose of life is to just breathe, guys. It's so simple. We complicate it so much. We complicate it so much to the point where we make ourselves depressed. We make ourselves get to a point where we think this is life. We think that life is suffering and that's what it is. We accept it. Your purpose is just to breathe. If I covered your mouth right now and your nose, okay?
Yeah.
All right? Give me about 45 seconds. You start freaking out.
Yeah.
Okay? Maybe at $1.50, you're like, okay, what are you saying to yourself? I'm covering your mouth and your nose.
You're panicking to get that cover off of you.
To get what?
Your hands and whatever is covering your mouth off.
To get your air. Breathe, right?
Yeah.
In those few moments, okay, I want to ask you something. You just mentally experienced it. You're an amazing. Are you asking yourself what my purpose is? Do you give a F about your purpose at that moment?
No.
No. What do you want to do? You just want to breathe, right? You just want to breathe. So out of all the circus acts that we do in life, we all perform a circus life.
Yeah.
And when you take your circus life out, you're like, damn, what a day. I'm back to being me.
Yeah.
You know? That's our purpose. Breathe. Learn how to breathe. You two forgot you were breathing. Do you feel the air going through your nose?
Yeah.
When I drove down here, I was like, I'm breathing, yo. Thank God. Thank God I'm breathing. Because when you get angry, we're so privileged. We're like little gods running around. We're so privileged. You get mad, right? You get mad at something. Someone cuts you off. Someone disrespects you. Like, how could they do that? Your mom tells you you're not as big as what you are.
Yeah.
You get mad. Maybe 5-10 minutes. You do something and calm down. You go, I'm gonna smoke my joint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have my coffee. I'm gonna go take a shower. I'm gonna go do this girl.
Yeah.
It goes away, right? You can do action, right? Imagine dying with that feeling.
Wow.
Where do you think it's gonna go? Anxiety, even bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
So you're poisoning yourself with being angry. You're gonna be angry at him because he didn't clean up his mess here. Why are you gonna be angry at him? So he can react, right?
Yeah.
So sometimes with people that are not on certain levels of vibration,
yeah,
I act mad. I gotta act mad with my mom sometimes.
Wow.
Because he's so happy. I'm gonna get him to come to Jersey, you know? So like, why is it so, when people tell me like, oh, Andre, I just got, or, yo, how do I make my money? Or how do you do this stuff? You know how to do it.
Yeah.
You know what you do. They know what to do, bro.
Yeah.
They just want it handed to them on a platter. Americans. We have so many options of so many different things.
Yeah.
We want it now. Who's undressed God? No, he's not walking on water? Nah. They want me to show something. They want me to perform an act. They want to see that. Yeah. When everyone who's met me, you've seen my energy is my presence.
Yep.
Me being next to you, I'm giving you my life. I give my life for you guys, you know? Like, that's what makes Undress God, Undress God. That's why I'm here doing this podcast, so people can remind themselves, I got this one life. And we all say it. So many people motivate, so many people say it. But with not the right energy behind it, not money.
Wow.
You know, it's not money that's running this. It's my heart. It's knowing that I did this. And when I die, and I'm right here, and I can't move, because that's the only reason why we get out of being, hey, we can take a shower.
Yeah.
When you're dead, you're dead.
That's true.
You can't move. And they scientifically has said it, that for 10 minutes, you have brain activity on. What are you thinking about? What is someone going through for 10 minutes? I don't know. See how I don't know, but I do know how I feel when I get mad and how my everyday thing is.
Yep.
And I could just be driving, someone hits me and I'm dead.
Wow.
And I'm like, it hits me like, yo, you're dead. Like, you got hit by a car, bro. You didn't even tell your mom you loved her. You had an argument with her. You called her a bitch. You said you never supported me. I'm doing my own thing. Like,
wow.
So it's about just breathe.
Yeah.
Just breathe. Your purpose is simple. Just breathe. Enjoy the people around you. Don't use people.
Yeah.
No adultery. What I mean, no adultery is, if you're going to do something, do it for love. Don't do something to try to get something out of somebody.
Yeah.
Because then when it gets complicated, bro. Then I only hang out with you because you got the right entrance to the clubs, and we boys, I'm rich, you rich. That's the relationship we got.
Yeah.
Instead of like knowing, like, bro, you got brothers, you got, really get to know someone, make a relationship.
Yeah.
Like how your parents used to be, oh, yo, this is Mike. I've known him for 20 years, and you're like, oh, how does that happen? And like, I always bring things back to when you were little. It was so simple for us, and we have complicated to a different kind of way that's unprecedented. You've made it so simple for people. What did you say the other day? He said, I don't make money, I collect it. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't have problems, I have challenges.
Yeah.
Okay? People don't screw me over. I feel bad for people.
Yep, that's true.
I have long hair. I'm not exactly what society wants you to be. But it doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm trying things out. I have this long hair because it's a support, and I felt things that I can't explain with my hair. It's like, feel like Avatar.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like Avatar. I feel like it connects. When I'm cold, I put it down. It warms me. I put it up. I feel different. When it's down, I mean business. Everything I do is aesthetically for helping everybody. Yeah. I didn't wear tight pants today. I didn't wear something real tight because when I speak, when I tell my things, I don't just think with my brain. It's with my fingers, my liver, my foot. Wow. It needs to be free. Yeah. That's why all people who are in a spiritual realm have a certain appearance. They need their body to be fluid, and they need to be wearing organic things, as in cotton, not polyester. Like, I felt the differences. I eat. Wow. Vegan was big for me, bro. I went from $180 looking so good. The ladies, I saw a complete change of them. I was like the man. I got what I wanted. Like you got what you wanted. You got that Roman, cut. It's like you got the look. Yeah. And I went through that change, and I still didn't break. I didn't break when society tried to break me and said, "No, you're not a man. Look, you got long hair. You're $135. Like, what are you doing?" And I said, no. People don't understand. I don't care what anybody's saying to me. Yeah. I don't care your identity. Yeah. I'll leave people off with this, okay? Your identity. We all identify with something. Maybe you identify with being Nigerian. Maybe identify with being Ecuadorian or Italian. Maybe identify with being a spiritual person. American. A lot of people who are very ignorant, they're just by their skin color. That's, So when you take someone's ability to be them, it freaks them out. This is why people either say I'm nobody or they experience me in person. Yeah. So your identity is huge. So what do I identify? And not he, she, they, but I identify as a being, as a being. You know what I'm saying? We're human beings. We're a being. We're able to create. We're able to do this. So thank you so much. With all this happening, I opened up a corporate chaplain, okay, to help businesses.
How do they get access to that?
So the way they get access right now is it just went up. As soon as I left it, I made certain systems. Yeah. So I made these systems for people to have. A corporate chaplain is a division that helps people in, let's say, Pepsi. Let's say a government contract company, okay? Weapons manufacturing. They have a human resources. They have a corporate chaplain. So all the employees are taken care of if their mother dies, if they have problems. So they got high-end revenue coming the same way, and they do have systems involved. So they take care of that side. Someone gets married, anything with the employees that devours them from doing their stuff. So I'm getting to covering contracts of $10, $20, $30 million to work with the government and change things at a global scale, because then I'll be able to hone in whole divisions of 500 people
Do you work with everyday people as well?
Yes. So the thing that I've been seeing lately is that there's so much power in the people. The people are so thirsty to get on, let's say, our culture.
Yeah.
And all the things we know. They'll sell their souls. They'll be your slave. And celebrities are using this. And even people that have money are using this. They're like, yeah, I won't pay you. You just come aboard. They're so hungry. And I see that so wrong.
Yeah.
I see someone's got to be there for the people, bro.
That's true.
The reason why you're here is because they racked up this money to just get this mentorship. So I did something called Inside Art, okay? It's basically an intimate conversation with your audience so a dentist can hire me.
Wow.
Somebody who just started their knitting and they're 50 years old. They want to show their family they doing this now in a formal way, interview them all together.
Wow.
It's like a new form of interaction. So I want to have plumbers, everyday plumbers. I want to have contractors. I want to have different people, high, low, to get to know their story, to make normal people the celebrities. And now you know celebrities are dying. It's influencing is kind of going back to our hands.
Yeah.
Okay? And with Hollywood being on a standstill because of the strike, people are realizing like I could do this. I could make my own movie. I could do all this.
Yeah.
So this is why podcasts have been unbelievable these last 5 years because people gives them a chance to speak. And I've been so blessed. Thank you so much for having me do this. The thing that I want to leave everyone off is pick your joy every day. Control your emotions, your mind, and your body to a point where you're telling them what to do. They're not taking instruction from you're not taking instruction from them. A sad song does come on and you just, okay, my ex-boyfriend or something. Like, control yourself. Give people the benefit of the doubt. Like, if you want to know something, ask somebody. Be like, yo, why'd you do this? Why'd you do this to me, bro?
Yeah.
Are you trying to fuck me over? I was feeling this type of way. Speak, communicate.
Yeah.
You know, dude, why did you try to do this? See why they're doing it, and you're able to know who they are. I don't look up to nobody. I look down to nobody. I see them for who they are. I see you for who you are, bro. You've been instilled with such great family energy.
Yeah.
You've been instilled and grew up with like great parents, bro.
Yeah.
And I don't know you, but
it's true.
It's true. His energy comes from somewhere that didn't come from his parents. He was born with this. Yeah. I see it. As soon as he walked in the door, as soon as I walk in the door, I say, who can I like?
Yeah.
Who am I gonna meet today? How can I bring a smile to them? You know? So thank you so much. My corporate chaplain right now is getting established. As soon as I opened it up with these certain systems, I got evaluated at $150 right off the bat, and then it doubled in 2 weeks, and I haven't even had anything.
Wow.
So that's unprecedented of a corporate chaplain, because usually they're not evaluated like that.
Yeah.
But I have certain government stuff that I'm working on that I'm trying to do. So through all this is my message to people.
Yeah.
It's easy. Isn't it easy?
It's very easy.
It's easy. Isn't it easy?
You create your own reality.
You create your own reality. So this podcast, I'm so thankful. I'm so honored. I want you to always know, man, that you giving me this opportunity means the world to me. When I'm driving home tonight, I'm gonna be in my heaven because someone gave me a voice. And you might just take this as business sometimes when you go home. This is what you do, you know, this is who you are.
Yeah.
But I want you to remember, bro, that you're affecting people.
Yeah.
You're giving people a chance. When I see all your interviews, all your people have the same face.
Yeah.
And it's the face of not even gratitude. It's a face of, wow, there's a couple people out there, not good guys.
Yeah.
People who want other people to feel the same way as they do.
Yeah.
You don't want nobody to feel bad, bro.
Not at
you know
all.
what I mean? I never could see you being a malicious, egotistical person.
Yeah.
You have what you need, and now you're spreading joy, bro. When you speak, you know, you have people sometimes dumbfounded. And you just sit there and they're like, I'm gonna be a millionaire? Like, this is possible?
Yeah.
So without this podcast, and without things like this wouldn't be possible. So I want people to really start listening to his podcast. It's genuine. I'm blessed to be on there. I've blessed it from my words.
Yeah.
And I hope that one day your kids and your kids' kids will see everything you've done and will be a legacy that they continue. And they get high and drunk off their own body.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be a grandpa, and I swear to you, I'm gonna revisit this podcast in 80 years. You're gonna be a grandpa one day.
Yeah.
And you're gonna acknowledge your grandkids are getting high and drunk off themselves. They're not going through the stuff you went through.
Yeah.
They're elevated they're at 12, 15 years old, they're you now.
Yeah.
Because you are gonna be a grandpa that just, you understand what I
100%.
see? What I see is way far.
Yeah.
I see myself 80 years old doing this and bringing this to people because I hope the culture changes. I hope there's no more suicide with men, especially African Americans and Hispanics.
Yeah.
You know, thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Unaddressed God, it was wonderful having you. How did these people get in contact with you?
My IG, Undressed God, is just the word undress with 2 S's, UNDRESS, and then GOD. Now, when I say undressed God, I'm undressing people's beliefs, people's gods, so we can all sit on a table and enjoy the stories that each one of us has from their religions or ideologies, and just enjoy the story. Yeah. You don't have to believe it, just enjoy the story that your ancestors told.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your ancestors, the Jewish, the Muslim. I would love to hear the stories, and we can have fun instead of being against each other.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Guys, that's another episode on The Journey. Make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also make sure you follow Undressed God on his social media platform, and leave a comment down below. What do you think about this episode, and how has it influenced you and impact you in your life? I will see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.
All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.